I went to a board meeting. I go to all the board meetings, and I was sitting there, and I'm looking at these two old guys in the back of the thing, and they're nudging each other, and they're laughing, and I'm thinking, I gotta figure out what's going on here. So I go up to them, and I'm like, hey, what's so funny? And they go, we're trying to figure out who's transitioned into diapers here. And I was like, oh, that's sad. But you know, we were talking about it later in a 55 and older community, and life is diapers to diapers. You know, you come into the world, they put you in diapers. Before you go out, you're back in diapers. So, and I was at home, and I'm like, you know, between those two time frames, there's a couple times I wish I had a diaper. You know, don't laugh, you've all done it. You know, I can make it, I'm gonna hold it, I got it. Most of the time you do, but sometimes you don't. So, one night, actually it was early in the morning, I'm coming across a Howard Franklin, and I'm like, I can make it, man. I'm going, and I got the game face on. I'm leaning back in my seat, I'm accelerating with the other foot. I'm like, oh God, I got a plan in place. I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna use a fire lane. I'm gonna pop out of the car, I'll do the penguin strut, keep it in my butt, I'll make it to the toilet, and everything will be cool. But I'm speeding, and guess what happens? All of a sudden, poof!
Yes.
The blue light. Fallout was immediate, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Game over. I shit. So there I am, and I'm pulling over, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, you keep laughing a little bit more, and I'm like, oh, this is gross. This is gross. So I'm getting all my paperwork ready, and I'm thinking, all right, I got a story. I know it's going to pass the smell test. I'm sitting there, and I got things, and the cop comes up to the window, and I let it down, and I go to look back, and all I hear is, oh, God! And I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and I see him way back by the car, and then I hear him say, stay in the car, stay in the car! And I'm like, what the hell? And the other cop's getting out because he thinks that I threw something at the guy. And I'm like, no. So he comes back up, and all you hear is, like, take it. So I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder how long he's going to make me wait. I look in the rearview mirror, he's already coming back. He comes walking up, and he's like, here's your papers, I'm going to let you go. And I'm like, papers? I could use a whole roll about now, buddy. and let me go, can't you tell I already did? He didn't hear any of it. That dude ran all the way back to the car. That was like a 3-minute pullover. Of course, you know, I had to go home, clean it up, but you know how that goes. This was PTSD. But you know, there's the other time, you already heard a little bit about it tonight, where you wish you had that diaper. You know what I'm talking about? Sharding. Mm-hmm. You know, when you sharded's like retarded, you should never say it. It's just that. So, but there's like, it's PTSD, and it happens again, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, yeah. And you're like, did I give a shit when I didn't want to give a shit? Am I down with Brown with the unwanted delivery? It's like, oh no. You know, you're sitting there and you're like, oh. And you think, oh wait, there's people around. Gotta kind of keep my composure. And you're sitting there, and then the voice in the head that jumps in there. Well, if those that are near have started to clear, you probably, and you're like, shut up. Don't talk about it. Come on. They had to move because you filled your groove. And you're like, shut the fuck up. And then you realize, you're like, no, I'm mad. So I'm gonna blame it on my ass. You know, all your farting glory, you had to go and add shit to the story. You're like, oh God. When silence was the word, you had to toss a turd. Oh, like, oh man. And then the voice keeps going. If it's more than a peak, there'll be more than a streak. You're like, shut up. You know, if the smell stays ripe, you'll have a thick stripe. And it's like, stop! Give me something positive. Please. And all of a sudden the voice comes back. No, I'm not going to do that one. That's messy. And it's like, well, if the turd was loose, that's better than juice. And you're like, oh man! And finally, you have to accept defeat. And like with a courtroom declaration, it comes out. If the smell don't quit, you definitely shit. You have to accept it. So that's it. You know, you look around, same thing, you gotta go home again, cleaning up everything, and then you're like, PTSD, da-da-da, and you grab those clothes. Thank God for the garden hose outside. You have those clothes and you think, oh. You walk right to the trash and you say, it's time we depart because it was more than a fart. You're gonna toss. That was a lot to dump on you. I'm really sorry about that. You know? Anyways, you've been wonderful. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting us.